stunner of a goal yesterday as well. So maybe he'll be able to bring that up and break down that historically stingy defense of Team SoloMid. And we are about to get game number 1 underway for you guys. So teams joining up shortly, and we'll get game 1 going. But I'm curious to see, of course, we talked a lot about it over the weekend, ignite, the guy that's always the question mark for TSM. So now the pressure's on. They haven't won anything since E-League, and can TSM get themselves to a semifinal matchup?
There's only one way to find out. Metzenaris trying to put on a shot here early for TSM. Mouz trying to find a way out from their own end. Ignite. The opposite corner. Speed's there. Goes over his head in Tigray on the clear out. He's played a great third man so far for Mouz. Cleaning up, letting Speed do the dirty work, and that's really where Mouz finds success. And you can see it here, Speed across the box. A lot almost there.
Well challenged though. Ignite. Good read on it. Almost able to take that ball away from Tigray. Took a bite out of him though. Forced him off that ball for just a moment. Lets Metza collect his thoughts on the back end. Find a solid pinch down onto the orange half. Pretty conservative spread from TSM here. Not really getting a wide spread of the pitch. Not really having too many options when they try and pass the ball or hit it to space. So Ignite forward will be the only one to track it down off the backboard, and Remco will decide to hit up for it. Speed able to find that clear, and a slow start here for the quarterfinals between these two teams. And you can understand why. A lot of pressure in single elimination. You definitely don't want to be the one to make the first mistake.
Definitely don't want to go down early here in game number 1. A tone setter for both teams as Ignite and Metzenaris combined to put that one off the back wall for Mouz. Now Remco. The top of the box, here's Ignite. Almost getting the dunk on Speed. Mouz a little slow to react here. My game from Remco across. Can't get it. Tigray there to bail out Mouz.
Great touch from Metza, keeping the attack going, and a demo in the net, but Remco's too far away. Has to wait his turn in midfield. Didn't feel comfortable going aggressive on Speed there and trying to put the pressure on Mouz. So they get some time to recover here, and they're set up on the midfield line. And Remco bumped away from that ball. Also needs that corner boost. A little slow to go for it. Means Speed has a chance to pass, but it's right into Ignite. A lot not able to get the ball into the middle for Tigray. Somehow still able to come up with a touch, though, out into the corner.
Lots of space for Mouz there. Between the box of TSM and midfield, Speed forced to go back here as a lot throws it down. Tigray's there with the second touch. A lot's up. Can he drop it down? It's just Ignite in the net. Speed there to follow it up, and Mouz on the board first.
And that's the danger of getting caught slightly too far forward here in Ignite's case. He was having to rotate back into net, and unfortunately, you got to respect that shot from a lot. You're not sure if it's going to be bar in or under the crossbar or anything. You got to jump at that first one, pull out the defense. Mouz on the board first.
I just mentioned it. There was a ton of space for Mouz to work with. TSM slow to react on the clear and to break out. Speed makes them pay. It's now with the lead. Mouz pushes downfield a lot. Met by Ignite and Remco. Metzenaris there to clean things up for TSM. Looking to respond back, but Mouz not letting them out. A weak touch from Speed, but it comes out to a lot. Another clear space for Speed to work with. Given away.
And Mouz as well. Great job trying to hang on to the ball as much as they can. Because again, there's, like you said, a lot of space for Mousesports, and a lot. Last one off the backboard. Well caught by Ignite. Tigray not able to get the pass out towards the top of the box, and means Ignite will find a long clear after the demo. Pressure from Remco. Bounce for Metzenaris. Defended by Speed, and a lot out into space. Remco takes his time with it. Not able to get that midfield boost, however. Again, Mouz with some time. Free ball for Tigray in his own corner.
Very spread out here from Mouz. Taking advantage. Here's a lot with a shot. Can Remco get back? He can't do it. And Mouz extend their lead.
And Remco, he had plenty of boost. It's just shadowing what he thought was going to happen there. Ignite didn't win that challenge cleanly. He was ready to go get that ball in the midfield line. He saw the shot coming, but again, too much pace from a lot. A great shot. And Mousesports, I won't say comfortable, but with a minute and a half, 2 feels pretty good.
A comfortable lead here for Mouz as they're taking advantage of the space given from TSM. So far, TSM really haven't shown much on the offensive end. only coming up with 2 shots. There's an opportunity. Maybe Metzenaris can make amends here as everyone committed on the play for TSM, and Mouz able to break out.
No pressure from Speed towards the net. Defended. ignite out towards the side wall. Misses that second touch, though. Allows a lot to come in and keep the pressure going and waste a few more seconds for Mouz. That's got a little too much of that ball. Ended up handing it off to Mouz. Thankfully, ignite not able to come up with the touch. Remco as well misses, and TSM. It's a rough go in game number 1. The execution not there as we continue, and another miss from ignite. And you feel like that might be the death knell for game 1. Just too much time lost in trying to just gain possession of the ball.
30 seconds left. TSM really haven't shown much offense here. ignite. His touch actually taken away by Remco there. Now Metza throwing this one into the Mouz corner. Speed easily dealt with. And it goes over Remco. ignite trying to slow things down here and throw it away. Speed, 10 seconds left. Can Metzenaris put one away? No, it's a lot. On his back wall to clear this one out. Mouz are going to walk away with a game 1 victory.
ignite will tap things off the corner. Metzenaris one for the road. No, sir. Down into the middle, and a lot will lead his team with a solid performance, an assist, a goal, and a good 2-goal win for Mouz.
Very quiet game from TSM. Did not see much of them here. They walk away with 4 shots, but really didn't see much offense coming out from them. We talked about it quite a bit. Mouz given a lot of space there in the midfield and even in the TSM side, and they absolutely took advantage. Mouz finding 2 goals, and it really was picking up that speed at the right moments to find them.
This was a tough one. Again, ignite. That's a tough ask. It's pretty close. You got to jump at it one way or the other, and great support from Speed rushing out of the midfield to get there for it. And Remco was ready for a different challenge from ignite and just couldn't race back into the net. So much power to secure game number 1, and it was a pretty slow game in terms of the offense for both teams, but all smiles for Mousesports as they were able to stick one out.
It's something to point out here for any team that we've seen Speed on in a LAN setting. They always be talking about each other, smiling, and on the other side, TSM all serious, locked in. They've got to respond back after the game 1 performance. Again, they were very quiet, didn't see much of anyone, and shut out in game number 1.
And you're hoping to see that at least one team's offense will really come out here, start to show the speed, because there's a lot of space given by TSM, but then again, Mouz really not able to put too many threatening shots on target until they want a nice challenge in the midfield line somewhere, put somebody in a tough spot. So both teams going to be looking to get a more firm grip here in the series in game number 2 on Utopia Dusk. And it will start with Speed off the TSM backboard, and Tigray to lend a helping hand. Not able to find the pass, though, and Alot's going to have to wait his turn, and it means he's too late. ignite Metzenaris, double commit. Metza's the one to come up with principal touch and a beautiful double tap. I wasn't sure if he was going to have enough in the tank, but yes, TSM start game 2.
So this is interesting because Metzenaris actually goes off the ceiling to get his flip back, puts it down in the face of Mouz. A beautiful play from Metzenaris to stay with it across the field. TSM respond back in game 2.
No slow starts as the series continues here in game 2. Speed trying to get one back off the kickoff, and oh so close, just wide of the net, and Alot will keep the pressure up. Tigray out into the side now. Actually almost through all the TSM defense. An aggressive push from TSM.
And out is ignite trying to get a second touch there. Remco and Metzenaris nowhere to be found, though. Everyone rotated back, like you said. They kind of realized everyone was pushed up. So 2 go back, and the play fizzles out.
Touchdown to Alot, down into the middle, and Remco, diving out of the corner of the field, not able to make it in front. And again, the speed from Alot, the one that gets it past the defense.
And no support from Metzenaris' touch there, so it comes straight out to Alot, and again, finding so much space in the midfield. Mouz taking advantage once more. TSM caught off guard, but we got a tie game.
Nice quick equalizer for Mousesports, and again, some kickoff shenanigans. TSM not quite able to cleanly get possession of the ball. Remco missing the touch, leaves Metzenaris back on his own half, and a little bump from Speed will slow things down for TSM a little bit. Alot came in too hard, though. Wasn't really able to hamper that TSM clear, so they're set on defense. Metzenaris over the top of 1 to ignite. Great lead on, but Remco gonna have to size up what Mouz give him. Double commit again. TSM struggling with that, but Mousesports reads where it's gonna end up. And thankfully we'll buy some time, but recurring issue on day 3 for TSM so far.
TSM commit the ultimate sin with no one touching the ball in the double commit there. Still pressing on the attack. No shots coming as Mouz. Defense standing tall here. 3 minutes left in game 2. And Speed on the attack. A shot on target. Ignite comes out of his own goal to make the save. Tigray trying to press on here for Mouz. And now TSM, it's their turn. Downfield.
Easy save for Speed. Didn't get all of it, though. Remco off the backboard. Ignite trying to get up there early and just punch it home, but didn't have the right read. Tigray bumps one out of the way. Slow touch, wave dash shot. Remco able to get in front. Speed blocked by Ignite. And TSM hang tough. Remco has one out to the far side. There's it out to Mousesports. Not able to cleanly catch it, though, and get that ball on the nose and really put some pressure on Mouz in the offensive third. Tigray continuing things for Mousesports out of the midfield. Speed needs help. There's a lot down into the middle. Stopped by Remco right at him.
Nicely executed, but the shot just not hit with pace, and everyone from TSM are ready to make that save. This ball rolls back into the Mouz corner. TSM looking for more offensive pressure. We really haven't seen too much. Remco, his touch does go down to Metza. Can he get a second one off the back wall? Speed does get a touch to break that one up. And Ignite now throwing this one up for Remco. He's there trying to drop it down off the ceiling. He had no support behind him. Metza was still moving up. And he's making a play up on a lot.
And now it's great support from TSM out of the midfield. Seemingly they've found some gaps to work with here as Mousesports just forced to try and find a hole to punch it through, and TSM able to kind of do whatever they like. Finally, Tigray is at least able to contest Ignite at the midfield line. Speed forward, a lot not able to get a handle on it. Nice bump from Speed to push Ignite off the ball, and maybe a chance for Mousesports to get things back in order on their own half as Speed trying to battle Remco for possession. Ignite again, great support from the midfield for TSM as they keep the pressure up as we approach the final minute.
Things picking up for TSM, finding more time in the final third as Mousesports tried to contest Speed there. Now Mouz on the breakout here. Can they find a pass across? No, Tigray removed from the play. Ignite tries to go past Speed. Speed does a great job to keep on that ball, but Remco comes through for TSM. Just over a minute. Mousesports can't get the touch across, still keeping the play alive as TSM, everyone rotated out. Tigray with a lot of time. Can't do much with the ball here as now Speed picking it up for Mouz. Trying to find a lock. He does so. A weak shot towards the net. Remco forced to go up and make the save.
And it's good to see Mousesports at least get some opportunities out of their own half. It's been a while since they've been able to set up an extended stay. So maybe this push here onto the offense will let them get the job done. Speed actually able to pump by Ignite, not able to get over Mousesports. Solid challenge and a lot to keep things going. The final 30 beginning to tick down, and it's pressure for Mousesports at the end of game 2. Speed off the backboard. Can he reach it? Not quite. And off the mark. So close, but just too much of an angle to try and correct. And TSM a welcome clear as not a good catch. A lot out into the middle. Remco's going to have to scramble back, and a lot will flick it past, and Mousesports weather the storm and get a counterattack.
And it's all on the first touch here from a lot. Goes right past the defender who was expecting him to move it forward. He goes to the center of the field and then gets a flick to go by TSM. A great first touch from a lot sets him up and gives his team the lead late in game 2.
And again, that missed touch. Remco expecting something else on the sidewall, didn't get it, and twice a lot beats him to the net. Pass into the middle, TSM sniffed out by a lot. Tigray drives it into the floor, and Mousesports 2-0 lead in the series, and Speed and Co. My goodness.
And would you believe it? Mouz, a team with a sub coming in who didn't have a great season in RLCS. 2 up against TSM, a team who just took down NRG just the other day.
And TSM holding so much offensive pressure, only able to muster 3 shots. Here's a couple of them. That beautiful double tap from Mousesports. Strong opening, to say the least. But unfortunately, it was pretty quickly answered just a few moments later. Again, that pass into the middle that they couldn't quite dive across. And at the end of the game, 8 seconds left. Missed touch from Ignite on the wall, and a lot again beating Remco to the net.
And something that made it even worse was Remco on the fake challenge as well. Forced to go back, and you can see Mouz getting hype on those replays. Yelling, screaming.
Let's go.
Absolutely elated here, being 2 up over TSM. And on the other side now, TSM have to figure it out. They picked it up for a little while there. They had some attacks. And had some possession, but it just never really came through after Metzenares' shot.
Yeah, they had some great pressure on offense, but again, the lack of creating shot opportunities, the rough part in game number 2, and now it's reverse sweep territory if they want to go on into the semifinals. In TSM, as it's the case for so many teams here at DreamHack Dallas, this is the pinnacle of their season. They don't get to go to New Jersey with everybody else, and they would love to cap off league play with a win here at DreamHack. And so, game number 3, all tension on TSM. Mousesports have given themselves plenty of opportunity to knock off Remco, iignite, and Metzenares. But again, long clears to start off game 3, and pressure already starting to yield some results, but can they find the back of the net this time around? Pass to Metzenares off the side, and Remco not able to get there for the second chance.
If TSM want a chance here in this series, they've got to pick up the pace. Show us that three-headed beast that the Des talked about yesterday, one in which we saw. Here's Mouz, trying to find the second touch, couldn't do so. Speed now. Picking up this ball in the midfield, tried to go past iignite, perfectly read by him, but with no boost, he can't follow it up. Bailed out by Remco. So TSM trying to move down the field. Immediately stopped by Mouz. Speed on the ball.
Nice play from iignite, letting that ball roll down, and actually pulled out 2 members of Mouz from the midfield. So TSM has a little bit of space. Speed quick to close the gap, however. Lifted by iignite towards the middle. A lot applying pressure, but does he have help for the touch into the middle? He will not. Not able to find the pass. And so Tigre will lend a helping hand out of the midfield line. Mouz slowly ramping up. Metzenares in a rough spot. A lot goes back post and just wide. Great option. He had Metzenares clean beat, but just didn't place it properly.
Placement not there for a lot, but almost a second chance there off the top of the box. Speed couldn't collect.
Another pass to a lot, and this one also off the mark, and TSM currently having to deal with a demo on iignite. Tigre pass it again, and that one will find. Keep feeding him the ball. He'll get it in there eventually, and into the top right corner it goes.
Third time for the charm, and a lot doing a great job of coming to the opposite side of the field, coming at the play. So that pass light to him, but hit with pace. Tough to save from TSM. When you give a lot 3 chances there in a row, he's bound to score one of them. Does so here for Mouz.
Been involved in every goal in the series so far. A lot came to play at day 3. And TSM only able to find the back of the net 1 time early on in game number 2 so far. They're going to need an equalizer to keep the series rolling. Remco, midfield for iignite. High touch, beautiful pass for Metzenares. There's the demo, but Metza had to figure out how to get the ball around Speed, and just trying to hang onto the ball right now. And that's all you can ask for TSM, is every offense starts with hanging onto the ball, but currently it's Mousesports on the offensive. High bounce, great clear from iignite off the wall. And the biggest problem for TSM is not being able to hang onto it past the midfield line. Speed missing the double tap off the backboard. And TSM will still try and find some possession.
TSM just giving away so much to Mouz. Moving down here. Here's Speed. So quick. A lot now. A second touch. Can't find it. The defense was scrambled for TSM. Now Tigre's got to make the stop. Metzenares goes over a lot. Gets thrown away. Remco on the dribble. Stopped up by Tigre. The defense doing so well here for Mousesports. Metza, the pass. Nobody home. Remco actually ended up with the ball anyways. Speed clears this one across his own side. iignite lying in wait. Picks up full boost. Can he follow this one up? He's got Tigre on the hook. He does beat him, but a lot just gets a touch to touch that one out.
Metzenares in damage control. Him and Remco try and get through Tigre, but it'll be Speed to be the beneficiary of it. Bounce into the middle. Delay. Remco has all the time in the world. Tigre is waiting his turn.
Patience from Tigre, knowing not when to go there. Great example of not forcing the play. TSM were scrambled on defense, but they did a great job of just not overcommitting. You're up by 1 in a game 3 situation. TSM are looking better and better here in game 3.
As was the case in game 2, however. They had some solid pressure, but it was tough to get those shots on target. iignite will beat 2. Can they get it by a lot? Not enough. Metzenares, again, in charge of damage control for TSM. Just buying a few moments for everybody to get back. Remco drives one towards the net. Tigre is actually caught too far forward, and it will sneak its way past the goal line.
And Remco quietly moves down the field here. Tigre and Speed on top of each other when they're rotating back, and Remco just slips by Tigre to beat him to the net. A 1-1 game here with 1 minute left.
Rough stuff for Mousesports to hang on for so long and allow almost a free goal, and now you're gonna have to find one more to knock off TSM. Long clear from iIgnite, bar down, and almost for TSM, and a rough go. They'd love to get the lead here, but it might go back the other way, and a huge save from iIgnite, slammed off the crossbar into the midfield line.
Things heating up for both teams here. Both good opportunities after that goal was scored. Metzenaars here, a second touch, not found, but it comes out to Remco. TSM hunting for this go-ahead goal late in game 3. iIgnite, the pass across, but everyone's got to get out from TSM. Speed now. Can Mouz find one late? Are we going to overtime?
Remco's got iIgnite up there. Tigre was in front of it, but still couldn't beat him to the ball. And again, second effort from iIgnite delays the Mousesports push, allows Metze to come up, and maybe the last couple of opportunities belong to TSM. Remco now, high off the backboard. Tough ask. iIgnite sets it back down, but it'll be Metzenaars. He'll let it bounce. So overtime in game 3, TSM with a chance to stay alive.
Well, the games have been close here. TSM, though, just haven't been able to ramp up. Can they find it here in overtime and keep their chances alive?
Speed launched towards the TSM back wall. Metze with time, but not a lot. Tigre on top of him in a snap. Towards the middle, a lot. Down the gut, and an easy stop for TSM. And TSM picking up right where they left off, fend off a short Mousesports push, grab the boost, and set up on the line. See what they can get going here. So they'll throw it into the corner. Remco needs to beat a lot, but it's Metzenaars again, very patient. It's been the man to buy all the time for TSM, doing a lot of the dirty work in this series alone.
Just under a minute of overtime. Remco and Metzenaars get tied up into their own corner here. Not punished. Mouz was just watching it happen. Here's Remco in the long clear. Speed, he's actually beat to his own net. Remco does it again. He got the first goal in the same exact way, and he catches the defense sleeping.
And Speed actually knew it too. He was creeping forward. He saw that ball just start bouncing. And as soon as he saw that it was going to be TSM's ball, he immediately turned around, started heading back. But even still, not enough to get it done. So 1 minute into OT, TSM will stay alive.
And it's funny because this play develops because Remco and Metzenaars bump into each other and roll back into their own corner. And so Mouz pushes up the field, and Remco spots the gap in the defense. They push just a little bit too far.
And Tigre was rotating back on the opposite end of the pitch. He was racing back as well. So finally, doesn't take much. Just a little bit of over-aggression will cause Mouz a clinching spot to go into the semifinal matchup, and one more time to try and break down this TSM defense.
And I really hope this ignites TSM and gets them going here in this game, because they still have been very, very quiet on offense. We haven't seen that fast-paced rotation. We haven't seen them lock in Mouz on defense. They've just been taking the goals when they've come. Obviously, Remco getting 2 here. And Mouz has really been controlling a lot of this game. And so TSM, they get a win here. Hopefully things can move forward.
And TSM, they'll be content, of course, with how Game 3 panned out, but they know they can do better. And it really was the three-headed monster the first couple of days that they were playing here at DreamHack. And still, they know the job's not done. You play long enough in a LAN environment, you know what's required to win, and no one knows that better on that team than Remco. And he had a big game 3 as well, both goals to take them to a victory. So can he continue to lead them here in game number 4? iIgnite finding some better touches. Metze continuing to buy plenty of time, but is it enough to beat a hot Mousesports? Game 4 kicks off, and already Mouz looking to gain some possession on the TSM half. Punched towards the net, and an easy stop. Metzenaars' huge challenge forces Mouz off their half. And pressure now for TSM if they can hang on to it. Long clear from Mousesports. iIgnite not able to win the ball in the midfield line. Remco off the backboard. Free ball for Mouz. Pass into the middle, and thankfully Metza, the first one to it, pass was a bit low.
A lot trying to find it out of his own corner. TSM looking to control this game a bit more. Show a little bit more poise on offense. Metzenaris slowing this one up. A lot comes in for Mouz. Demo comes out on Ignite, so some space opens up for Tigre. Can he drop it down? Back post shot. Metzenaris does a good job to stay with it, and he does get the clear for TSM.
Oh, and a big double commit. Speed was trying to get aggressive, and now it puts Tigre in a rough spot. A lot trying to rotate through the offense, almost own goals it, but keeps the control of the ball and throws it out towards the opposite side, and that's that over-aggression that cost Mouz game 3.
So TSM press on here. This one comes out to Remco. A lot still on the ball. We are seeing more and more pressure on the Mouz side. Here's a shot. It goes high for Metzenaris trying to find that back wall. And Tigre's done a great job to stay with it. And again, TSM to answer back. Not letting Mouz out of their own end. This is the game that TSM wants to play. Remco going past 2. He's got Metzenaris with support. Speed comes through to clear it out.
And Ignite's going to have to hold on a moment. Tap to safety of the corner, and a lot will size up the challenge, and actually not even able to get a piece of it. Speed trying to get this one back to Tigre, and Mouz not able to hang on to the ball near as well as they were early on in the series. They let the ball go for Metzenaris, and a lot. Way to make the adjustment and make that stop, because it really looked like Remco was going to pass that off the wall, and he got a lot to bite. And great adjustment to make the stop.
Things heating up for TSM here. Like we said, this is the game they want to play. They have Mouz spread out on defense. And this is an uncontested touch here for Metzenaris. He drops it down for Ignite a lot. Got to stretch out the far side here. And now into a dribble. Goes past Remco. Can't beat Metzenaris.
Now Speed trying to get through all 3 members of TSM. Not going to happen. Everybody ready for this. But Ignite in a tough spot. Can't find a touch. And Tigre is a tap in. And that was TSM. They were ready for Speed's touch, but all 3 of them went for it.
All 3 of TSM were up for this one, and Ignite just barely missing that touch. Tigre will come through and clean up the play for Mouz. They find themselves in the lead just past halfway.
And another one going to have to be found. TSM really not too worried about going down 1-0. You had to score 1 anyway to win. So why not find one? Great block from Tigre off the kickoff, though, will stall the quick equalizer opportunity. A lot off the sidewall, nobody home, and it'll be a just pushed up field from Remco, trying to get some boost and get things set up. Tigre finds a gap to Speed, to the net, and Metza can't reach it. He doesn't have to, though. It's off the post, and so close. It would have been great for Mousesports. Ignite stretching, and Mouz will cut that down.
Shot comes down from Ignite. Can Remco find the touch? No, it's cleared away by Mouz. Ignite, the pass across, cut out by a lot. Metzenaris tried to stop him from possibly gaining some possession here as Remco goes over the defense. The follow-up's there. A lot again. Doing so much on defense right now.
Yeah.
Metza to the midfield. Speed there to clean that one out. And Ignite staying back. Gets mind game by a lot. He might have some space here to go over Metza. They can't do it fast enough, and Metza saves the day for TSM.
Yeah, that fake to get around Ignite unfortunately cost him the control to beat Metzenaris in the one-on-one as well, but he steals the ball for Tigre in the corner and bounced wide. Mousesports again, almost a wide open net, just couldn't execute. And TSM hanging on by a thread, but time ticking, about a minute left here in game 4. It'll be a sad exit from the pro circuit for them as Speed gets one to a lot. Metza diving back, able to tip it high and keep them alive. Demo onto Ignite means TSM are going to be shorthanded on this push.
Metza with 3 crucial saves. Now Remco trying to find the back wall. This one's going to drop down. Speed doesn't find the touch. It's Ignite to come through for TSM, and we're tied up late.
Well, they were shorthanded, but they did it at the right pace. Able to slow it down enough to allow Ignite to get there, and Speed rotating into the net. It was just that fact that it rolled out. If it had bounced straight down, Speed could probably poke that to safety, but it came out into the middle, just over his head. Couldn't quite reach it, and Mouz will not be able to hold off TSM with only a 1-goal lead.
Now Mouz trying to build. Ignite throws this one off the back wall. Remco over to Metzenaris, still dangerous here for TSM. Can he get the second touch? It's a scrub at the goal line, and Ignite comes through once again for TSM.
TSM deliver a stunner in game number 4. Speed under so much pressure. What are you going to do? I mean, you just got to make the save. At TSM, send everything in the kitchen sink and just force it into the net.
Ignite coming up clutch for TSM when they need it most here in this quarterfinal. Mouz, 20 seconds left to tie this game up, or we're going to a game 5. Metzenaris here in the midfield, pressing on. He's got support behind him with Ignite and Remco. Speed misses the touch here. 10 seconds left now. Remco waiting to see what Alot does. Here comes Mouz. Can they tie up the game? Seconds waning down. Alot to pass out to Tigre. He's there, and it almost goes through. In the end, TSM force a game 5.
That was going to roll right into the net, but TSM time on their side, saved by the bell, and Metzenaris,
All him.
big saves, buying tons of time, and the final minute heroics between Remco and Ignite get the job done. Straight thievery in game 4.
You see the goal there from Mouz. It was a tap-in for Tigre, but then the big missed touch there from Speed just couldn't stretch out enough, and Ignite was the one to score the goals here, getting a second one, and look how close this was on the goal line. Tigre, he really did as much as he could there. The ball just went back and forth. It landed in his lap, and he was just panicking to get it out. And Ignite, the smarts to be there on the far side to put that one away, but it was really Metzenaris who kept TSM in this game. Save after save, 3 of them, in fact, on the goal line when Mouz was running down the field to keep TSM in it and Ignite to come through with the shots.
And while Mouz may have given themselves the best chance to knock off TSM, well, now they're going to have it come down to one final game. 5 minutes on the clock. Winner goes to the semifinals. Loser goes home. Out of lives here at day number 3. And right now, honestly, I don't actually know what to expect here. It could go either direction for game number 5. A lot's been popping off this series. He's been involved in every single goal. Metza doing a lot of great defensive work. Remco setting up a lot of opportunities. Ignite finding the back of the net, the most crucial aspect of that TSM offense. So what happens here in game 5? And we will find out, and it will start off with Remco having to take one off the nose of a Mouse player. That's a boomed upfield. Speed trying to replicate it out to the side. Tigre catches a hold of one. But already some early ping pong in game 5.
TSM wants a lead early here. And for Mouz, focusing on not being frustrating, being sent to game 5. They've beaten TSM twice before. They had their opportunity early on in the last game. Here's Speed. Actually beat out by Remco. Misses the touch again. There's been quite a few from Remco this series. It opens up the spot for Speed to put it away.
What a save.
Big save. It's Metzenaris coming through once again for TSM.
Well, you said it last series. You made some big stops, and why not add one more to the tally? A lot's in a race. Can't get it through Remco. Metza looking for help from Ignite. He's there. Everybody misses the ball, and TSM will have to get back on defense in the oncoming Mouse push. Speed trying to get as behind the ball as possible. Have to leave it for a lot. Things will take a brief respite here.
Here's Speed for Mouz. Again, been the X factor for them throughout these days. Metzenaris. This ball does go to the box of Mouz, but not scary enough. No one from TSM was expecting it. Metzenaris just chasing it across. Just shepherded away. Tigre on the clear, goes straight to Remco to stop that one up. Comes out to Speed. The pass over to Alot's just too far, and Alot pulls off. And
Alot actually made an awesome read. Pulled off that ball early and instantly read that clear for Metzenaris. And he's earned the ball right back for Mousesports.
Ignite and Remco get tied up in the midfield like they're challenging each other here, and now Alot has an opportunity to set something up. He's got Tigre at the top of the box. Almost able to put it on top of his head. Here's Speed now. Trying to pick that one up and find it off the back wall, but he's met by Ignite. Comes out to a lot of free shots at the back post. Remco makes a great save.
But pressure still mounting. Speed has that top corner. Remco clap it out to safety. Needs help, though, from his teammates to get this ball past the midfield line. And TSM, a welcome breath of fresh air. Alot up the sidewall is once more under the breach for Mousesports.
Tigre, the long clear, comes out. Mouz have had TSM on the ropes a couple times now, but still haven't found the mark. Ignite trying to change that. Alot shuts that down. A big demo. Remco forced to move up now. Metzenaris on the touch. TSM trying to break down this Mouz defense, but they are standing strong right now. Speed immediately down the field. Ignite on his own back wall for the clear.
That's in a race against Tigre, not able to come up cleanly with it. Ignite trying to control that midfield boost, limit Mousesports' ability to go set up the tent on the midfield line. Ignite towards the net. Remco wants the bump, and it will force everyone out. A lot to lend a hand and kick it out into the corner. Tigre trying to find a clear for Mousesports, but Ignite's already up the backboard. He's got Remco at the middle of the field, and a lot again. 2 big stops in a row.
Big defensive stops for a lot. Here's Tigre now. Mouz trying to push down the field on the counter. Speed was there, right in the face of TSM's defense.
Push from Metsenoris towards the wall. Remco's got it, and that is a block from Tigre. A lot with a little bit of time, but might have rushed it. Thankfully, a helpful bounce away from Remco. Nets a clear for Mousesports, and Ignite tries to get right behind it, push this ball out, and help TSM get going.
Just over a minute. Still scoreless between these two teams, but that could change. It drops down for Metsenoris. He can't find the touch, and here comes Mouz. Speed trying to counterattack. He pops this one up. Tigre opts to not go, and a lot forced to go back.
60 seconds left on the clock.
Space for TSM, but Metsa doesn't have the option of utilizing it. Just had to punt that ball up the pitch, and Tigre now keeping Mousesports going a lot. Early jump. Almost able to get a piece of that ball. Speed comes up empty, and it might be free for TSM. Metsa takes his time, and it will still beat the defense. And TSM with a 1-goal lead with 42 on the board.
That one's tough for Tigre. He's racing back. He has 19 boosts in the tank. He doesn't know which way Metsenoris is going to go. He goes high, top shelf, and Tigre can't get up. 42 seconds left, and TSM looking to reverse sweep Mouz.
Disaster for Mousesports, and you need to find something here. All-out press is going to happen. We've seen them get aggressive in the series before, but can they get past this TSM defense? Remco crunches one off the nose of Mousesports, throws it onto the orange half, and will waste precious moments. Ignite bumped off the play. Remco trying to keep it going, and what a steal to waste more time off the clock.
18 seconds left. Do Mouz have it in him to go down the field? Remco trying to shut it down. TSM on the attack right now. 10 seconds left. Tigre trying to find a way out of his own corner. Ignite won't let him. Speed now. A long clear comes out, trying to follow it up. Metsenoris shuts it down.
Last
chance here. Remco drops it down, and TSM, they do it. Reverse sweep Mouz.
What a way to go to start off game number 3. You're nervous waking up? Well, you can rest easy. You made it through. And, Speed is gutted. He knows he should have came up with that touch. But what can you do? Rocket League is a game that demands perfection. Blinked for a moment, and TSM took it.
And I think if you're Speed, if you're Mouz, you can't hang your head on this performance. This was
a phenomenal run.
It really, really was. A team that no one expected to do so well here at DreamHack Dallas proved everyone wrong, and that's something to be proud of here. Taking TSM to the brink.
From relegation to almost knocking off TSM and going into the semifinals was a beautiful end to the season for Mousesports, but unfortunately it comes to a halt here. TSM will advance on to the semifinals, and when we